What's up, y'all? It's your boy J King. Man,
we recording? We recording?
Bro, we are in.
What are we doing?
Bro, we are in. Like, you see the numbers?
Bro.
No, them numbers is going. We got everyone.
Say no, hey.
Bro, look, I went from
10,
our conversation.
We just talking, and now we just in here. Wow. Hard left.
As y'all see, that's
Hard
how we
left.
do. Bro, look, I am honored to have my little big bro, Mr. Rey Pine, with me on today. My G.
What's up, my boy?
Bro, okay, look, before I even get into this interview, this is the second interview. The first interview, it was some good content. We talked, we had a good conversation, and got home, went to edit, and we was lip syncing. Well, Milli Vanilli. Yeah, there was no sound, but our lips was moving. And you could tell we was really feeling it. It's just, no sound. So we thought we was going to run it back. I appreciate him for having patience and even coming back to do this with your boy. So that's all love. Mr. Rey Pine, man, what's up, my boy?
Life is good. Life is great, man. No complaints. Blessed for sure. Yeah, man, just going on this journey that we call life, like we say, man.
So I've watched you transform, and I've watched you mentally transform, and we're going to get into that later. But I want to talk about, because as you were just saying that, I had to acknowledge the transformation you've taken on your physical body.
For sure.
Like, how much weight did you drop? Like,
hey,
I kid you not, like, you can see it, like...
You know, at one point in time, your boy got up to 368, 370 pounds, right?
Wow.
A lot of dark nights, dark times, deep depression. Just didn't know exactly, what direction I was going to go in life, and just was just struggling, man. And just did what a lot of people did, just ate my feelings. And next thing I knew, none of my clothes fit. So, could barely, get up and down stairs effectively like I could, and I wasn't able to, be with my children and hang out with my kids like I wanted to. I wasn't active with them. So I made a change, man. I started to just cut back on things and got my mind right. People like yourself just continue to pour in me and guide me in the right direction that I needed to go, and we just made some changes. So I lost 105 or so right now.
Lost a person.
Lost a whole person.
That is a person.
Now listen, these past couple of weeks I've been with the kids, we've been eating, kind of
ridiculous.
But these last 2 weeks, we didn't got it back tight, and we getting back on it. So yeah. One day I was at the shop, and you were like, bro, like, you're doing well, keep going. But then you said, I want you to make sure that your mental is going to be able to accept the fact that people are going to see you differently, and everybody's not going to be excited for you to be losing this weight, because you may be changing, like, where you are in your friendship group, or who you were. You was the big dude. Now you're kind of just a thick dude. Now like this guy then became this guy. Your family look at you differently. And I was like, nah, bro. Like, I think everybody loves me, man. Like, it's all cool. I had no idea, man. You were right, because I lost a lot of friends who I thought were friends who just didn't support me the way that I thought they would. And it just threw me off when you said that. And there's so many things that, like, I'll talk about this stuff later, but there's so many things that you've prepared me mentally for that I had no idea that were about to happen. But that was one of those things, man, you just completely threw me off guard.
That's where that elevation requires separation.
Man.
Like, we don't mean to do it, but the more you go up, you can just fall off.
Right.
And like we talked earlier, people are afraid and intimidated by your success, and even though you're not competing with them, they take it as a competition, because they value you or put you in a certain place, and they put them in a lower place, and they take it out against you. You know what I'm saying? But it's nothing personal. It's really something that everybody has the same decision and choice to do.
And they just decide to just go down that path and make it make it negative and make it worse than what it has to be.
I was
right?
the hater.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Flag on the play.
Yeah.
What are we?
Yeah.
What are you saying here?
J-Game was the hater. Okay, so before the body looked like this, the body was eating a lot of cookies and Twinkies, and I still eat that. But anywho, I just know to go work out hard. So I was on vacation with my ex, and my body was man, but I seen two dudes coming from afar. And from afar, their bodies was tight. Yeah, I'm squinting, but I can see their body was tight from afar. And in my mind, I'm thinking, oops, you don't see that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking in my head. Yeah. I'm like, hey, I hope they don't walk this way. And sure enough, they walked right in front of me. But that was my defining moment, because it was almost like, why are you mad at them? Because they're choosing to do something 1 hour a day that you have the same choice. You could either be this person up in the sand, mad and hope they walk by, bitter, or you can be the one that makes people bitter. Man, I'd rather make them better.
You're right. You're right. And
so,
you have. Because I done seen it with my own eyes. I done seen it. You once were lost, and then you were found.
I was lost.
That time you were
blind, but now I see.
Somebody, give it to you. So you get your mind right, and you get your nutrition right, and you get your physical right. It's almost like you almost unstoppable.
You are,
sense, right?
You are. You a man. When I see a man like as yourself, and I have some other brothers in the circle. When I see men like us, I feel like we're dangerous. When somebody's mind is, when they're in control of their mind, and their mind isn't in control of them, and when they're in the control of their emotions, and their emotions is not in control of them, that's a dangerous man. When you can't find where to poke this man or where his weakness is, be dangerous. So that's what I see in you. That's what I see. I want to talk about some different things that you're doing. Number one, funeral director. Been in that for how many years now?
Man, we are going 14 years now, man.
He's a teenager.
Bro, like 14, 15 years that we're going into that. You were there, when I saw me graduate Mortuary College in 2009. And my calling, like I said, is just being a death care professional. I like to just talk to people about just different options, different areas in which they can go. But currently, right now, being a funeral director and an embalmer, that's my primary duties right now.
So it's like when people see you,
man, it's
you like the handsome death angel. Like,
listen, she calling me handsome. But honestly, I do. It's a juxtaposition to where all of our lives we've seen movies and TV shows about undertakers who work at funeral homes, and it's always like that tall, lanky, weird dude who like to sniff his fingers and like go in the corner and just do wild stuff. And it's just like, I've worked with some wild guys before for sure, so I know it's some weird ones out there, but a lot of us, we're just real laid back and we're just cool. So for me, it's just being who I am, internal, and doing the work of the profession that I love. So it's tough.
Time out.
All right.
So there's nothing freaky you be doing at home.
Hey,
but in order for you...
Wait, play. What are you doing?
Not like that.
Hey, you about to have a
pause.
You about to have a
about to go crazy.
Where's the commitment?
What I'm saying is, in order for a person to be able to work around that many dead bodies, there ain't nothing off.
So I'll tell people this. to work in death is very tough. Work in death care, to work any part to where you're dealing with death, it's tough. I don't care if you are a licensed funeral director and bomber, if you just work in the office as office staff, if you do transport, if you strictly do embalming, if you strictly work services, it doesn't matter. Working in that climate is tough. But I tell people all the time that people who I work with are some of the strongest mental, just that the mind is so strong with some of the people that I work with that it's amazing. I work with some of the smartest people I've ever met, because in mortuary college you have to take, years of anatomy, years of pathology, years of chemistry. You have to know the body in and out. So I work with some very intelligent people. Yeah, that's like I said, I ain't no freak. I don't know this guy here. We on some different stuff, but I just think it's that mental strength.
Yeah, cut a dead body's head, and people always ask, "How do you do it?" and were you scared? And I'm just like, I'm more scared of the people that's alive than people that's dead. You know what I mean? 100%. I ran across one dude's ear, and I did say, "Oh, excuse me." I'm like, who are you talking to? Now that did happen, but
that's just common courtesy in your head. You just
enough with that.
But, okay, we're done with death. Are you sure?
With that. Yeah, sure? I mean, I'm good. I think I think I just got cold on.
Listen, I can, sometimes as the white stuff getting my side of my lips, my eyes roll back, and I just be like, hey, and I just go. Next thing you know, I'm 3 hours in. I'm 3 hours in, just talking, man, because that's what I love. So it's my love, it's my passion, it's what I enjoy.
You're doing the show and this podcast, and this is one of the best podcasts I'm actually watching right now.
Wow.
And I'm not even gonna lie to you, this morning I was doing my morning rituals and things like that, and I'm watching podcasts every morning.
Yeah.
And so they're different. And saw yours pop up and pressed it, and I, continued to make my breakfast and getting ready for work. And I enjoyed the episode. I literally enjoyed the episode. But every time I tune in, I enjoy you guys. I love the transparency. I love that it's a variety of different topics.
Yes.
It's I never know, and I'm gonna let you talk about this stuff, but I never know what to expect. You know what I mean? What got cut out the last video was the chip challenge, and it's we'll go from talking to having a chip challenge, you trying to keep your mind right while mouth on fire.
Man.
Today we were talking about Brittany and the Michael Moore. It's just so many different topics, but I love the transparency, and I just like the diversity of it. So I'm gonna let you
first off, man, that is very much appreciated, because I know who you are as your profession. I feel that barbers are. I feel like I'm in my country club when I come in here. I've shared things with you that I haven't shared with people who have the same blood as me. I'm talking about people who I love that have the same blood as me, not just family that you call family, but people who I love that have the same blood as I. Don't know a lot of the things that I've shared with you that you've helped me with. So knowing what it is that you do and what you bring to people all the time is amazing, and I commend you for that. But also in the space of where you sing, you act, you model, you do all these different things. So content has been in your life as long as I've known you. You've had an impact of some sort in the content realm. Right. So for you to give me praise on something where I just started pissing in the wind, I had no idea what I was doing, I appreciate that, because to have somebody of your stature who I look up to share that with me, man, I appreciate it, brother. Thank you, man. And listen, I told you, I can go down a rabbit hole talking about all this stuff. But what we gonna do? But as I know is, so what Jay's talking about is myself and a good friend of mine. His name is Paul. Paul and I, we have a podcast. Shout out to Paul, Boy Wonder,
Boy
aka
Wonder.
Mr. He Can Make It Happen, aka I don't know how you do it, but you do it. Appreciate you, brother.
I love
Appreciate
those
you, brother.
names.
So,
Yes.
Paul and I, we have podcasts called the No Color Thick Skin Podcast, and the way it came about was, Paul and I, we've known each other back from the Verizon days. That's where we worked together. Had a good relationship. Just like I said, he's from the burbs. I'm from small town Louisiana, but met, just clicked, good guy. Kept in touch over the years, and we unfortunate situation happened where I saw him on a service for a friend of his, and we just linked back up at that time. I think it was 2019, and Paul has been in music like yourself, and Paul wanted to do a podcast for many years, and I think he kind of started, and then it stopped, and he wanted to do something there, and it just stopped, and it just wasn't the right time. And Paul came to me, and he said, I know that this may sound strange, but I want to do a podcast with you, and I feel that this is what we're supposed to do. And I turned it down. I was like, nah, bro, that's not for me. I don't get down like that.
Wow.
I'm the dude that blends in the wallpaper. Put me behind the camera. I'll throw some assist or whatever, but that's not me. He just worked me. And he invited me over to his house, and he had a little setup, and so I'm there, and I'm talking to his kids. We're all laughing, and he said, "Hey man, can you come to the table with me for a second?" And I was like, "Yeah, man, no problem." So we get to the table, and he's showing me some things he's working on. So when he put the headphones on, we're just talking and laughing, and then he started asking a few questions, and I'm not seeing what's going on. It's right in front of me.
Right.
I'm not seeing what's going on. I'm just having fun. I'm having fun with the friend, and all of a sudden he hits stop, hits play, equal out some things out. He said, "You hear that?" And so I started to get the chills, and I was like, "Who is that?" He was like, "That's you, buddy." And I was like, "What is happening right now?" He said, "God told me to tell you that we're supposed to be doing this." I was like, "Man, how can I fight this now? How can I fight it?" We had a conversation. We laid things out. I told him, if we're going to do this, we'll do it right. A lot of respect between each other, and we did it. Wow. And I respect the guy so much, and I have so much admiration for him because, from the surface, he's white, I'm black for sure. We know that. He's lived in the suburbs all his life. I've lived in the suburbs for a while. Also, like I said, from Louisiana. We've seen different things in life, but we have a bond to where I'm comfortable speaking with him. He's comfortable talking to me. And our whole objective is to just get comfortable being uncomfortable. Wow. Let's have an uncomfortable conversation. Why can't we have an uncomfortable conversation respectfully? Yeah. There are things that he believes in, I don't believe in. There are things that I believe in that he does not believe in. But at the end of the day, we eating tacos. Right. At the end of the day, we're going to eat these tacos, and we're going to laugh about this movie that we watched.
Absolutely. And you can find this on YouTube?
We're on YouTube, we're on Spotify, Facebook, we're going to TikTok together right now. We're on pretty much all the social platforms. Anything audio that you can hear, anything on, we are there for sure.
Check out an episode. You guys are on episode...
We just did episode 13.
Episode 13.
Episode 13.
Okay, so I'm going to have to throw it back.
Okay, throw it back.
What episode was it with the chip?
Man, we did that one in between, I believe 9 and 10, or either between 9 and 10 or 10 and 11. Okay. So it's its own masterpiece.
And it needed to be.
It's its own masterpiece.
It definitely needed to be. So yes. I see a teaser on YouTube, and was it YouTube or was it on Facebook? It was one of those, and it was a teaser, and I'm sitting up there and I'm like, this, I know he is not about to eat this chip. I know he's not going to eat this chip. And then it go off. So, of course, I'm still feeling like I'm watching an episode of a soap opera or something. I'm waiting.
On the edge of the seat.
And so I waited and waited for the episode for the chip challenge. And That was probably okay. I love all your episodes.
Thank you.
That one was the most entertaining.
Content. So I told Paul, I said, "Hey, we're gonna put the teaser out. We're gonna let him marinate on this for a little while. Just let that sit." I was getting text messages and phone calls from cousins, friends. You didn't even eat the chips. Nah, stop lying. You didn't do it. I'm like, just wait. You'll see. You just playing with us, blah, blah, blah. So then we finish all the edits and we put it out. So what it is the one chip challenge. I told Paul, hey, we'll take one for the team and we're going to put some content out here. So he had no idea what I was going to do. I pulled the chip out and he said, if you think I'm eating that, that's not happening. I said, no, it's all on me, man. So we got set up and I did the one chip challenge. And so it's the Carolina Reaper and the Scorpion Pepper. And so the two combined, it's not attractive at all. The two combined makes that chip a 2.3 million Scoville unit of heat, which is like the hottest.
Scoville.
Yeah, Scoville.
I don't
it's
even
like,
know where that was.
listen, so
I don't even know what that is. Scoville. Right next to it.
Tell your ass, hot as hell, Nevada. That's what it is. So,
on a level of 1 to 10, the heat.
1 to 10? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I just told you it's 2 million Scovilles, brother.
I ain't
like
never heard
there's nothing. There's nothing I can compare it to. When I opened it, and if you watch it, I just took a whiff to just get a smell, and it just smelled like chemical heat. It was like just chemicals and hot and just it was terrible. And I took that first bite, and I was like, yeah, this was a mistake. But your boy had to be a trooper. And I was a trooper.
That lasted, you had to hold that in your mouth.
So
without milk.
No water, no
like
milk.
A watermelon
nothing.
flavored chip right there. Oh man, is it even the smell?
Bro.
Oh wow.
All right,
the dogs are whimpering for you.
Well, no turning back. I got 10 minutes on the clock.
Oh man.
Damn shit.
Oh yeah. Yep. Okay. Oh dude, it's taking way too long for you to chew on that right there.
Absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
So the parameters were 1 minute, like a sucker, 10 minutes, respectable, and then 30 minutes it was something. So I got over the 10, and I got to about 20. So I got to about 20 minutes of the heat, and I was having out-of-body experiences.
Yeah, I left my body.
Yeah, I left my body quite a few times. My ears were ringing. My throat was hot. I mean, it was bad, man. It was so bad. So where when we finally wrapped, we're done. I'm leaving. I'm headed home, and I'm driving down 35. So if you all know the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I'm out of Denton. I'm past UNT, going 35 south, and I'm sweating. I'm just sweating. I've already taken my shirt off, so I'm driving down 35, no shirt on. No shirt on, okay? I had to pull over into a big gas station that's in Denton, and I had to put the AC on high and recline my seat back for 45 minutes because my head was spinning. It felt like somebody was stabbing me in my stomach, and I was drenched.
Let me get this right. You at a truck stop.
Listen.
With no shirt.
Listen.
And a hot mouth.
You're 5'0".
Bro, you better get them back in the car.
5'0". Pulled up. and came to my car, I'm probably going to jail.
Oh yeah.
What is going on? You in here? It looked like I was tweaking.
Yeah, right.
It looked like I was tweaking. It looked like I was tweaking. And if they would have got
in the backseat like he lying.
If they would have told me to get out the car, I would not have been able to stand up. I would have been looking like I was tweaking. I'm going to Denton County. That would have happened.
Yeah, they like, I don't know what this is.
What is he on? He on something. Now, no, a chip? Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Chip in his back seat,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that was a lot, man.
Wow.
That was a lot. But we got some good content from him, and it made y'all laugh. And
man.
I got a lot of messages from you, and you were howling.
I'm just going I'm living vicariously through you, because I'll never do it. Ever.
I got another tip. I bought like 6 of them, so I got a couple more we can do.
You'll have 6 when you leave.
Why, bro?
When you leave, you have all 6. I promise.
I'm gonna bring it up.
Nah, bro, you can bring them all you want to. Just don't come back. You know how Ludacris DJ when he gave him his demo tape. Just don't follow me to the bathroom. Come on, man. You did my shit like this, like.
Man, I spent good money on this, man. I thought we was better than you, man.
Bro, don't bring no tip. I don't do spicy.
I
don't do spicy, bro. I barely do mild, and we good on that, man.
Yeah.
But bro, much success to your show, man. Y'all tune in, catch the episode out. I promise you will not regret this. But before I close this up, I like to end every interview with something. What is something you would tell your younger self now?
What is something that I would
what piece of advice you would tell your younger
self? So something that I would impart on my younger self that probably I didn't see at that time. Good. And actually, this is good. Wow, for a multitude of reasons, because it involves you, actually. And the thing that I would say to myself, if I could go back to my younger self, is to have a little bit more confidence within and not be as soft-spoken or timid or worrying about the way that people possibly portrayed me or looked at me in a certain sense.
Why?
I didn't have it. Now
why should you walk around with confidence?
Because it's that mental. If your mental is correct, then you'll be able to see things from a different light, to where, okay, it doesn't matter if I'm offending you or if you feel a certain type of way. I'm here and I'm in this place. I'm in this space, right? So you gave to me because one day I was in the shop and I wasn't my full self, and you could feel it. And it's amazing how you can feel these things and you jump on them right then and there, which a lot of people wouldn't be able to do. But you say, hey man, what's going on? And I was like, man, I'm just not feeling it. He was like, yeah, when you walked in, I could just feel you were just low and you felt small. And I was like, yeah, man, like, just I've been a thick boy all my life, so I know that my disposition makes a lot of people uncomfortable, and I've known that since I was 12 years old, man. Like, as a young kid, I've known this. You said, and so what? I was like, well, man, I don't want people feeling uncomfortable around me because, I like to be a pleasant person. I know everybody isn't going to like me, but I like to be pleasant around people. You're like, the way people think about you or feel about you, that means nothing. Whenever you walk into any room, you need to let it be known that you are in that room. You don't have to be cocky or brash or talk crazy to people, but use what you are and who you are, and you walk in there with your head held high every time you walk through any door. And I was like, man, I don't know, but I said, I don't know if I can do that. That's a bit much. And he was like, no, that's who you are, and that's what you're supposed to do. And see, now I get the tip, because I think about this quite often, because I didn't have the confidence, and I was a 30-plus-year-old man, and you poured into me that day, and that changed the trajectory of my life to where I was able to be more confident within myself And once I got that confidence within, I was able to scale up in so many different areas of my life, brother. You have no idea what that did. So to go back and tell my younger self, have more confidence within, or try to work on that, I would do that because of what you gave to me. That inner boy, that inner child within me as a 30-year-old man, you poured into him, which helped me be the better version of myself. So I'll never forget that. So that confidence within. So I'll tell people now, if you have children, yes, you want your children to be smart, you want your children to be successful, you want them to have great things, but I feel that you need to give them confidence. I hype my kids up. I'm my kids cheerleader.
Oh, yeah.
I gas my kids
Absolutely.
up all the
Yes,
time.
sir.
My
Yes,
baby
sir.
girls are the most beautiful baby girls in the world. They have great hearts. Hey, you can do pull-ups just like your brother do pull-ups. You can do push-ups. You can lift these weights with dad if you want to. If you want to get on the treadmill, you want to do. It doesn't matter. I'm gassing them up. And I'm giving that confidence to them. So that's if parents out there, don't forget those confidence. Give them things to be confident within themselves. And you've raised some great ones, man. That you've given them some confidence.
Bro, look.
Your younger ones, man. Listen. They got their confidence within. And like I said, it's not arrogance. It's not, hey, I'm better than you or you're less than me. But they know who they are. Absolutely. And they know who they are because you know who you are and you imparted that within them at such an early age, man. It's amazing.
I am honored for those words, bro. I'm honored to even be that instrument to show you that, like, I don't take it for granted by no means. You feel what I'm saying?
100%.
Like, every time we talk, it's always intentional with me. Like, I don't want you to ever leave, and I don't want anybody to ever leave the same way that they came to me.
Right.
You should feel differently.
Right.
And I want to hype or encourage or instruct them. You feel what I'm saying? Whatever I can do, but not. Always. It shouldn't be a liability. If you come and interact with me, like, you're not gonna lose. You know what I'm saying?
It's never a loss, never a loss.
Just when you impart or share these encouraging words, and people actually listen to them or they appreciate them, like that's not every day. So I appreciate even the appreciation. You feel what I'm saying?
Hey, man, you don't get weird, bro.
I'm just being real, because not everybody says thank you. And there's plenty of people. I've been doing this for almost, in October, 20 years. 20 years. You think about how many people I've talked to.
20 years?
Yeah.
20 years.
Yeah. But I don't get, and it's not that I do it for the thank yous, but it was just rewarding to hear the thank you today. But you said something when you made a comment. You said you were 30 plus years. And that's the part that I want you guys to really dial in on, because he even made a comment about let's giving our children confidence. And that's what we really want to do, because they the next generation. But if you yourself, 30 plus years, 40 plus years, 50 plus years, 60 plus years, it doesn't matter how old you are, you can turn this on at any point of your life, and it works. And it's like you begin to live inside out. You feel what I'm saying? Instead of outside in. And your life will never be the same again, I promise you. So
it won't, man. Yeah, it won't.
That is just to hear those encourage, because it's like people think that everybody always had it figured out. They always had it this and that. They'll look at you and they'll be like this, oh, Ray, you've been walking around this and that. Not to know that, hey, at 30 years old, I didn't have the confidence where I wanted. I'm there now, but it's like this. But that's why it's important that we share these things, because we don't want it to look like where the stance that we are is so unreachable. No, everybody can reach it, but it does require a decision. It does require discipline. It does require some effort. But it's tangible for anybody.
Yes.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like you said, discipline, man. It takes a lot of discipline, a lot of hard work, sacrifice. Another thing that a lot of people don't understand, man. I've seen you sacrifice so much over the years, man, and sacrifices, just business-wise sacrifice, personal-wise sacrifice in the relationships that you have. And man, I know that those things were a lot, but every day you would get up and you would fight the good fight. You would do everything that you were supposed to do, and be a leader. Like that's something that just it's just natural to you, bro. Like you're just a natural leader. And I know other people around here whose lives you impact. Hopefully they'll be able to express that better. People, okay. I hope that they can express that better and tell you how important you are, not just to your circle and your true trust, your family and everyone, but to so many people who just look up to you, man, and just who's followed your lead, and people who you've changed a lot of people's lives in this business that you're in, that I don't know if they thank you for it, or the advice that you've given people or whatever, but you've done a lot of great things in this profession that you're in. Like I said, it's much appreciative to see, and just to follow your lead, man.
Bro,
it really is.
I know,
it really is.
I know, but it's love.
It's all love.
It's all love. I definitely appreciate it.
It's all love.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, and I know that your children are very lucky to have you.
Man.
Because the stuff that you have in you, you're about to impart it. Well, you're already doing that, but just to know where you are and where you stand, I see a giant, but they keep calling. You know what I'm saying? Because you just gonna bring that, and I'm just honored to be. I'm glad you walked in the shop. I appreciate your mama bringing you to the shop. I met this young man when I was 19 years old.
Man.
I was a kid myself, and it's been a journey, but it's been a beautiful journey. It hasn't always been easy. We've had some highs and some lows. We've seen some valleys, but nevertheless, 10 toes down. We always gonna be down.
Always.
So
you're 19 when you started,
bro. 19.
So when you went to barber college and you got out, how long had you been, a licensed barber? At 19 when I came in whatever, like
I just got it. I was only at that shop for 1 year, and I had I came straight from barber school and went there.
What? Yeah. So I was one of the first ones because I came there.
Yeah.
And you were cutting me there for a few months. So
in my first year, I didn't even build. And y'all don't have to watch the rest of this video. I didn't even have a clientele built at that first shop. If you really think about it, well, you probably didn't know the ins and outs, but I had I had a couple regulars, but it was not what you guys seen with the list and book appointments and all this and that. Nah, it was a lot of sit down. But so at 19 years old, you were one of my first customers.
Man.
Yeah. So I appreciate the dedication and the loyalty.
Man. All love, man. I love that because, like you say, over the years you see you scale up and you go these directions and you see all these great things that you've accomplished, man. I'm glad to be able to see that. Man, that just made my day, man. That made my day, bro. That made my day. I appreciate you big time, man.
Man, I appreciate you, man. Look, y'all, I enjoyed my time with my little bro, man. I hope you guys enjoyed tuning in, kicking it with us, man. Please tune in to the podcast. Please show love, like, share, and subscribe. Like, this is something that you don't want to miss, and you guys already know we're gonna keep on bringing this every week as usual. Y'all know what it is. Ray, you got anything else?
Hey man, appreciate the support. Thank you for having me on, brother. As always, like I said, No Color Thick Skin podcast. My brother Paul and myself just
shout out again, Paul.
Just putting good content out, and we'll appreciate it if y'all would give us a look, a like, a follow, to see what it is that we're doing. If it's something for you, man, come on this journey with us. If not, you understand. But I think you're gonna like it.
Y'all do me a favor. Please watch more. watch one episode and then judge from that. But at least give it a chance. Do that for
just one. Yeah, just get one.
They not. It's like a Lay's potato chip.
Yeah,
They
you
can.
can.
Yeah, nah.
Yes.
Y'all know what it is.
Yeah,
This shit
watch
was like, check it.
Can't stop, won't stop, royalty, baby. It ain't on me, it's royalty, baby. Shining so bright, yeah, royalty, baby. I'ma scream it out loud, yeah, royalty, baby.